What's up, everybody? Welcome into the studio deep within the bowels of Gillette Stadium. I'm Mike Dussault, joined by Evan Lazar. We're here to break down this week's Patriots game against the Los Angeles Rams. And Ev, we're coming off a big win for the Patriots there in Chicago. I know you were there. Just your big takeaways coming away from that game.
Well, I just think when you put the players in the position to succeed going into the game, and this is what we talk about every single week with this coaching staff, great defensive game plan, maybe one of the best I've seen over the last couple of years, I would say, from the Patriots. And look, they played a lot of man coverage. It wasn't anything super exotic, but just the little wrinkles within those man coverage schemes, like Brendan Schooler, of course, and different things like that. I just thought they did a great job of coaching the team up for this game. And you see what happens when you get competent line play, you get a really good defensive game plan, and you put a competitive product on the field.
So a little bit of a different opponent this week. Last week you had a rookie quarterback. This week You've got a veteran quarterback in Matthew Stafford. Now, he's been a little streaky this year. They started off not great, reeled off 3 straight wins. Then last Monday night they lost to the Dolphins. Stafford was under a lot of pressure. What are you seeing from that offense, which I know you love so much under Sean McVay?
I do love it, and you always talk about the scheme with the Rams because it is one of the hottest schemes in the NFL. I saw the Monday night broadcast. They've kind of broke out all the teams that run this type of offense. It's almost a third of the league at this point that are running some version of the McVay-Shanahan tree offense across the NFL. And what you look at with this offense, you have to start early downs, run game, play action sequencing. That's a big part of what they do. They're going to run the football, then they're going to make their runs look like play actions and play actions look like runs, and they're going to make you decipher which one's which once the ball is snapped.
Kupp, though, Puka, Nacua, those guys are back. They had a big game against the Dolphins. I was most impressed from the Patriots' win over Chicago with their coverage. I thought just the pass coverage, the way they were sticking with guys, they played a lot of man coverage, a lot of single high. Do you think that scheme will be the right approach against the Rams as well?
Well, it's statistically they've had had a tough time, I guess I should say, as the Rams with man-to-man coverage this season. And maybe you look at a guy like Kupp, who's had injuries and has been in and out of the lineup, might not be the separator that he once was earlier on in his career. So you can play man-to-man against this team if you want, but really what you want to do is take away the middle of the field. So the Dolphins did it with more zone coverage, cover 2, Tampa 2 style defense, but you can do that with man-to-man, put that robber right there in the middle of the field, or cut off those crossing routes coming across the middle of the field and then take it away that way if you want to do that, since we do know that statistically the Patriots are much better in man coverage.
Let's flip it over to the other side of the ball with the Rams. And, of course, long time, we know that defense. We saw it in Super Bowl 53. Aaron Donald was the centerpiece. Last couple years, though, they've drafted really well. They've got a young group there. Jared Verse, Braden Fisk coming in this year. Last year, they had Kobe Turner. Byron Young's a young guy as well. Both those guys, Young and Turner, have 5 sacks each, leading the team. So they've kind of rebuilt the defense on the fly a little bit here. I think it's almost a little bit of a model for the Patriots looking forward. 1 good draft, 2 good drafts. You stack them in the front. They were really disruptive against Tua last week. What do you expect from them this week?
Yeah, over the last month, they're second in the league in EPA on defense. They don't rank very highly over the course of the season, but it's a young defense that's starting to really come into its own under Chris Shula, who's also a first-time play caller. So you put it all together, there was a big transition. Aaron Donald retires. Raheem Morris gets the Falcons coaching job. And now all of a sudden, as we get towards Thanksgiving, they're playing really great football. And you just look up front. I mean, their pressure package and the way they pressure the quarterback it's scary. Honestly, if we're going to be frank, it's a terrifying matchup for the Patriots offensive line. So the one thing I would say for Drake Maye in this game, usually I advocate, let's play in structure, let's play in the pocket, let's run the offense. But we saw on Monday night that Tua extending a couple plays and getting outside the pocket and using his legs to buy time. It might not be the worst time this time around to go out there and maybe help out the offensive line by running around a little bit.
Well, another big challenge this weekend for the Patriots, but they have won 2 out of 3, so a little bit of a hot streak going. We'll see if they can keep it going against the Rams.